All right, here's the golf cart. Got her lifted up. We're gonna pull the body off, get it ready for paint. All right, we are taking everything off. Taking the roof off, brackets, back, stripping this thing down as much as we can, prepare it for paint, new seat covers. Gonna undercoat the thing, replace most bolts with stainless, do something different. These are a unique backup battery for a utility company. They're 12 volts, so we ran them three in line for 36 volts. Works great. So yeah, we're breaking her down and gonna turn this thing into hopefully something that looks a lot better than this typical late 80s cream colored, you know, millions of these things were made and they run around all over the place. So we got some plastic to fix up, and we're gonna go gunmetal and maybe put some AAR CUDA factory CUDA Mopar stripes on it. I don't know. Maybe we'll turn it into a Yanko. Maybe we will turn it into just an SS. Check out these new pretty cool. All right, we've got her stripped down pretty good. Rip that carpet out. Gonna get new tires, and so we'll paint it with that on. Gonna look to see if I can fabricate bumper, I think, front and rear, something different than what came on it. Get it painted, maybe a new steering wheel. See how nice we can make this thing. Okay, update on the golf cart here. Started doing body work and getting some primer on this guy. Patching some cracks and stuff, and so let me tell you what we used here. Instead of Bondo or fiberglass, I went with a 3M body panel adhesive, and I've got it all taped up, keeping the cap down. I'm milking this thing out as much as I can. Where the hell? Oh, here it is. No. So this 3M body panel adhesive, it's got a hardener and it mixes, and I've got this tape to keep this cap on because I'm trying to milk out every little ounce of this thing, and it gets kind of gunked up because I've used it multiple times on different stuff. But so I use that to fix the cracks in behind. It hardens like you know what, and it's sandable. So there are some pretty decent cracks in here, and I'm just kind of getting worked out. I am going to use some spot putty to kind of finish up some of the other little imperfections, and then a light scuff, and we're going to paint this thing. And then I'm going to start cutting some diamond plate. I'm going to have some different diamond plate accents. We've got a new steering wheel. We're going to go with a carbon fiber wrap on the wheel just for looks. This was brown. I've sprayed it with a vinyl plastic type paint, so that's going to stick well. We'll do a new carpet. Going to go diamond plate on the sides. I've got new wheels coming, new tires, and I'll fix the wheels. I'm going to design something for the front so it looks good. We'll see how it turns out. All right, we're about ready for paint. I'm not going to mess around with this body too much because it's an old cart. Body's kind of busted up. So I got most of my stuff covered that I want. Got my fan blowing. I'm gonna fire off the upper fans, keep that stuff moving and moving out. Got the paint mixing. We're using a basic 8-to-1, 1 part hardener, 8 parts paint, and we're gonna get going. getting there. It's gonna look good when we get all the chrome, the diamond plate, the, you know, all the trim and everything put on it. It's gonna really hide the blemishes on this old rough body. This is a club car, and it's, what did I figure it was, it's 1988 or something. That's the year I graduated high school, so she's an old one. Okay, this is the bumper bracket. And what we did is we took out the rubber insert, and we're gonna cut a diamond plate and put that in there instead. All right, new steering wheel going on. Got an adapter. It just fell underneath this cart, so pretty simple. This guy comes off with a bolt. A little shock value on the bottom, brakes are loose, and then we'll put the new one on. Got the windshield on. Had to tap out a bolt, but got that on there. Got the 2 back braces for the seats done, locked in. Steering wheel on. My little carbon fiber wrap, dash paint, kind of all the same stuff I've already shown you. Painted the top. Next, it's going to be some reupholstering the seats, and that's the main seat. We're going to cut some diamond plate, finish that bumper, do the sides, the running boards there, new carpet, and we'll see where we're at from there. Actually, I'm going to order brand new tires, and we'll use these little Krager inserts, little retro look, and see how it turns out. Got our air compressor set up, got our PSI set up. We're going to do a test staple to see perfect depth. Not too deep, not too high. Should be able to staple this. So we'll pull it tight, start putting this cover on it. So we painted the backs of the headrest seats. The bolt holes are all cleaned, ready to go. This baby goes on, and then we get her bolted to the cart. Okay, because I have ADHD, I did the back seat, or the back headrest, and then didn't feel like doing the seat yet, so I went to work on the roof. Got that on there. A little manipulation. As these things get old, things don't line up like they normally do, so little fabrication here and there, never hurt anybody. Got it on there good, so looks like it'll drain water. We kind of squared up this thing a little bit better. I don't know what was tweaked, but the roof line was off, so we shimmed this guy up just a little bit on this bracket. I didn't want to take a chance of trying to bend this into shape or bend this, because from everything I can tell, it was all right, but somewhere it was tweaked and the left side was hanging down. A lot better now that it's shimmed, and all that's going to be hidden anyways. Doesn't matter, because we're going to build a cool lumen diamond plate box, so it'll work out. Upholstery done. Looks pretty good, huh? Liking it. Much more modern looking cart now, even though it's an old school one. Alright, we cut our piece of diamond plate, wire wheeled, cleaned this old bumper up, and put the two together. So back bumper's done. Well, I haven't found something to put on the end caps there. What I did do when I'm starting these bumper bolts is I cut a piece of aluminum pipe and ran the old eye loop. Actually makes for a couple good tie down spots. I just used a 4.5 inch and cut this tube and made some gap spaces there to raise those eyes up, and we got something to hook on to. Cut my aluminum. I'm working it through here, working down this channel, and then I will be getting closer. I got to do the other side, so slowly but surely. Well, my shop has not been this unorganized and filthy in a long ass time, but I got like all these different projects going. Oh, look at it, it's a dump, but we'll get it cleaned up and organized. So we got the sides on here. I got the other side cut. Right now, I just cut a piece, thicker gauge, much heavier gauge. And we're now gonna build this piece and keep plugging along. I'll tell you, want to cut some aluminum, I've used cut-off wheels, I've used air saws, chisels, snips. You cannot beat a skill saw with carbide tip. But here's what I do, is I set this so I'm only down, let's show you here, that much of the blade's down there, so it keeps the angle of the carbide tip not at a 90 cutting straight, coming up straight. It's got it more to where it's angled. It just cuts way better. Aluminum's a pain in the ass because it's porous and it reacts differently than on cutting discs. You gotta buy a special cutting disc. All I got is metal, used for sheet metal. So, carpet. Now that dash piece that came off this guy is out here. It's an old school, classic, kind of a brown, looks like shit. So I lightly scuffed this outside. I got a certain plan for this guy, top, and we're gonna spray it. Paint it actually, and then we're gonna put something kind of cool up here, and I'll show you what it is. So we're gonna wipe it down good with Prepzol, grease and wax remover for painting, and get on it. The back plate here, what's going on here? We're gonna mount a little thin rubber piece underneath that. I want to have a little bit of flexibility if somebody stands on it so it doesn't bend, but and to quiet it down back there, but and then we'll start on the other side. Got our back plate on. See how nice and dead sounding that is? Because we pack this stuff underneath it. Nice. All right, we're going to start working on this side now. Got to get that chrome strip or that diamond plate strip in there, and I might run and get my new carpet. All right, wiring in a battery, meter, and a switch. Running the wires down, just tying them in, running them back. We'll tie them into the batteries. And the batteries are in series, so we will connect to the first positive and the last battery is negative, and that'll give us 36. And we're going to put this light on, wire this single pole switch in, and we'll have lights. All right, we laid some solder on these connections for the lights. We got a real solid light, and then we'll shrink wrap it. Alright, almost done. Put the panel back in, did my wiring, full batteries, full charged. Lights, everything's tight. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit and get closer. The only other thing is I cut this new carpet. I'm gonna glue that down and buff out some more. I buffed a little bit on here, back here, but now I gotta do the sides and everything. And she'll be done, finally.